Hello, welcome. I'm Claudia. If you're new here and if you're back, thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. I am so excited. I'm finally going to show you. I feel like I've been pumping it up so much, the changes I've made to the room, that you might not be super impressed by all the changes. Although I feel like moving my Milsbo tall cabinet is a pretty big change. But anyway, I'm going to show you the rearranging I did of this room, as well as a full plant update of every single plant in this room. I figured it just makes sense to do an update just in this room, since this is where I keep majority of my collection, and plants that are like in my bedroom, the living room, or even the kitchen are more just like decor plants, like styling with the space. And I mean, I do style them here as well, but again, majority of my collection is here. So that's what we're gonna do today. I hope you're just as excited as I am. I'm excited to show you the newly facelift space, and then just give you some planty updates and talk about maybe some of like the upcoming projects or things I want to do with some of the plants. Briefly, I'll mention I am going to switch over to my phone to record on my phone because it just does better being backlit. So like all the grow lights and things, I know that it will be much better quality with the phone. So I hope that that's okay. And then I also do have a like background noise canceling mic for the phone that I hope will be a little bit better. I've noticed that the bottom fan in my Milsbo wide cabinet is actually quite noisy, and I think it's because it sits just like on the bottom of the cabinet and it's metal, so it, I don't know, the vibration or something. Maybe I need to like mount it on the shelf above it or something to try to tone some of that noise out. Anyway, let's get this tour started. Okay, so we will start right over here, which is the first little planty station. I have these moss poles. Words are hard. So if you can see, I have this Florida Beauty just stacked right on top of my Adansonii mint. This is my Esqueleto. I recently moved from the bottom up here, and I do want to start adding magnesium because it still doesn't look like, it just looks nutrient deficient. So my Florida Ghost, I am happy to see that it's giving me ghosty leaves, but it only activated one node, as you can see up there. So I don't know if I'm going to chop it again or what my plan is with that. My Adansonii mint, I'm honestly just a little surprised to not see it do better. It has really nice roots, if you can see down there, but yeah, I feel like it's not growing like it used to before I chopped it. And then this is my Majestic. I believe there's 2 vines in here. And this happened because I treated it with Azamax. I treated all of these just kind of preventatively. And then I exposed it to light too quickly. But it's doing okay. And then my Florida Beauty seems to be reverting, or not reverting, but growing in all white. This is like the 3rd all white, I think. It did give me this one in between, which I was hopeful, but it looks like the new one might be all white again. This wall changed completely. If you remember, I had the wall planters here. I got rid of all of them, not because I didn't like the wall planters, but I just wasn't loving majority of the plants I had in them. I think they were just like filler plants is what I was feeling, and I just wasn't excited to care for them. So I moved one of these shelves that was over on the opposing wall way at the top, and I'm not done styling that shelf, but for now I have my Crimson Princess up there, and I wanted that one to be white because I kind of just wanted it to blend with the wall. And then I did keep 2 of the Wally Grow planters. So this has a variegated neon pothos, and then this one doesn't have anything yet because I'm just not sure what I kind of want to, I think I want to put something in there that's taller to take up this space versus something that's bushy and trailing, but I haven't decided. And then I got this wooden shelf, floating shelf, which I think is just a really nice little accent, and just, I don't know, I think it goes very nicely natural here. And again, nowhere near styling this. In fact, I have a small piece of art that I'm going to be placing somewhere above here. And if it's ready by the time I'm editing this video, I'll include the clip at the end. But I have just some Anthurium babies here. I'll need to add some better lights for these as well. This is my luxuriant Dorayaki, I believe. And then this is my silver Polynera. If we zoom out just a little bit, I really love the way that this is looking. I do love the way that these plants here on the moss poles look layered onto the I'm sorry, that's a fried heck, the books. I think that looks really pretty. So I'm happy with that so far. And this is a Friedic. This is my least variegated Friedic, and I wanted to just try it in ambient because I do have 2 other ones inside the cabinet. But this is one of the ones that gives me like some of the prettiest babies. So I definitely don't want to move on from her. And she's blooming, and I just haven't been in here with shears. So there's her bloom. This is an Anthurium. King of Spades Dorayaki by Bigfoot. So I believe this was my latest Cartel Down import, and you can see it's starting to get really cute characteristics. I placed my planty books here with some sage, just a cute little photo, and then this was sold to me as a Fanny Moser, but I don't know that it really is. I am really liking it though. It's really, really dark. It comes in kind of pink. The dots are pink, and it's been easy going. And then these 2 Anthurium I got from Kriya. This is like, she doesn't know what it is. She calls it Kriya's Creation. And then this is a Warocqueanum Silver Chrome hybrid. I'm hoping it'll get more of like the Warocqueanum pendant leaves, but we'll see. Moving on to the cabinet, it's actually looking kind of bare, I feel. But I'll show you. We won't go into super detail because we just saw them. But my pink Bambino, I think I need to upsize her because she's running out of water really, really quickly. And that is my original Mother Ninja that lost both her leaves after the spider mite treatment. So we need to investigate her. My Longiloba Purple, looking as beautiful as always. This is one of my other Mother Friedics, and this is my Yucatan Princess. Another Cartel Down, I believe this was the Angel Wings. I really like that one, and I'm excited about it. I guess I do need to open it because look at these half moon leaves. This Friedic is giving me. I love this plant so much. This is another Friedic. This has like really great genes. My Warocqueanum has suffered a little bit since the spider mite treatment, but I don't think it's necessarily the treatment. I think it was also like the underwatering. Like it got underwatered twice, and it just did not care for that. I don't know that I've shown you this one other than when I first unboxed it, or I'm not even sure if I unboxed it with you, but this is the Loco Alocasia. I really love it. The color is so pretty. It's so unique with the curly, like, ruffly edges, and then it's so bright in the back. It's beautiful. My King of Spades, oh my gosh, the new emergent is getting stuck. I love this Anthurium. It's one of my favorites. And this is a silver blush? Dorayaki? No, this is a Dorayaki. And I feel like it's finally starting to size up. But yeah, I feel like it kind of looks really bare in comparison to other times. But I'm so happy that everything in here is clean and healthy. Moving on to this corner, I tend to always forget my Linearis is up here. And she looks like she's getting thirsty again, so probably gonna give her a nice drink after this. I've been looking for peduncles, but I don't think she has any. That's okay. So this is my marble queen that's on a pole. Maybe I should turn this light off. Yeah, much better. So she's on a pole and she's thirsty again. I'll add this to the list of plants that need to be watered. But she's growing into the pole really nicely and she's upsizing. I love her. This I don't think you've seen. Oh my gosh, so thirsty. I just watered this. I might just need to change the soil. This was, I forget what the name of it was, but it's a mandula and they called it something else, but I feel like this looks like a snow queen mandula. So I was excited to have this, and I'll insert a photo of what it looks like per here. This is my Monstera Burl Marks Flame, and I was impressed because she spit out this leaf like pretty quickly, and of course it's smaller than the others, but I wasn't concerned about that. But now it's been a long time and she hasn't done anything since, but she's there and she's cute and I still really much love her. This is my little Monstera corner and it's not looking as nice as it was not that long ago. After I went on vacation, I mentioned that I got a lot of browning, and I think there was just like a massive heat wave, so it got dry before it would have if I wasn't, like, if I was here, and then also the air was just really dry, so it just started getting a lot of browning. And then you already know that I chopped my Aurea. It had this new leaf coming, so it did unfurl and it looks like the color is beautiful. So we'll see what that looks like. And let's look at see if we have roots. Oh, I see some right there. There's a root coming out of the bottom. Great news. Hopefully it's going to settle in very nicely. And speaking of browning, this is my Brazilian form. This is my Brazilian form Aurea, and even she suffered from that ever since, again, that week I went on vacation, and they just all got so much browning due to weather, I think. Just the heat, and they got thirsty, and I wasn't here. And then this is my Hoya and a little bit of Alocasia area. This is going to be super backlit, so I am sorry. I will try my best. Maybe like this. Okay, yeah. I hope that you can see okay. We're going to try our best. So this is my Mathilde. I have a couple peduncles, but nothing's come of them yet. So we will see. This is my silver mint coin. She lives in pond and she urgently needs a better trellis situation. But she is also a pretty vigorous bloomer, so I'm excited to see that. I mentioned in another video that this plant had been looking so beautiful up until just a few months ago when it dropped all white leaves, and it still just doesn't look great. This is my Croniana Super Silver. She's just a mess. I feel like she needs a haircut. My Australis Lisa. She's just fuzz-free. Okay, so this is my second go-round at my Obovata. If you watched my Hoya video, I talked a little bit more about that history. And first of all, it looks like the variegation isn't, like it's just growing kind of all green, which is fine maybe, but I'm not sure how much I'm loving it. This is my Polynera, my regular. She was a little underwatered and unfortunately is yellowing some leaves, but in general, she is fabulous. I don't even want to talk to you about the silver dollar coin vine. I added it to my purge list earlier this year and nobody wants it, and I've just been holding on to it, and it's, yeah, I'm not caring for it correctly, and let's just move on and maybe it'll go to the compost later today. This is my silver dragon. It's looking so good. Looks like it's yellowed off 2 leaves, but that's fine. But I really love this plant. I actually kind of want to give it more of prime real estate where I can enjoy it more. This is my mellow. I was saying, I think in one of my videos that I think I like the Maharani more than the mellow. I don't know. And then this is my green silver dragon, like the brighter green one. It just lost all its leaves after the Azamax treatment. But I can see there's a new leaf coming, so we'll wait for her. This is the bottom cut from my original Micheletiana, or a cut from one of my Micheletianas. And she's pretty. Love her. She has 3 growth points. This is my Cuprea. She's looking so good. I really was having trouble growing this plant until I decided to switch her into an aroid mix. I feel like she just didn't like pond, or I just couldn't regulate properly the watering she needed. And then look at this massive beauty. This is a Watsoniana, like the OG, and she's so pretty. I would say she's a slow grower, but upsizes so quickly. I have to go back and look at my Spidermite Milsbo wide cabinet treatment because I can't remember what this is. This is my pink ghost pubic calyx, and oh my gosh, she's thirsty again. And speaking of thirsty, wait till you see the next ones. These 3 here, I'm struggling a lot with this Ondulata. Like I think if this is an emergency situation, I need to chop and prop to try to save it because it's thirsty every other day. And as you can see, it doesn't tolerate it. Immediately, it just starts crispy leaves. And yeah. Oh no, I love it so much. And this is a silver caudata that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. But no new growth yet. And then this is my Discipule, I can never say it. And she's doing great. I want to add a stake for her because she's just so cute and easygoing. I mentioned in general, I don't think that I am going to be keeping this console long term. It's too deep to really, I couldn't, really put plants back there, and then they all really need to be short. I just don't think it's very effective or efficient for what I would like it to do or for my space. And then so for now, I added this bin, which I actually don't love and don't think it looks great, but it's just housing some extra desk stuff that don't fit on my desk. And yeah, I just don't think it's very efficient. But for now, I have some Hoya here that fit, and we'll go through them now. I'm so glad we're doing this because I need to add this to the list of urgent things we need to do, and that's to pot this up, and then I think we're also going to chop and prop so that we can fill a pot, but this is urgent. It's been ready for months. I love Viajanensis, I think is what this Hoya is, and she's been easygoing. The new leaves come in super deep purple, and I don't know, I just think she's cute. This is my huge pot of Polynera outer variegated, and I love her. She's easy. Here is the Hescheliana, and we're adding this to the list of things that need to be tended to. This is Hoya serpens, and again, yes, urgent 911 needs to be taken care of. And then down here we have my inner variegated Bella. And if you were with me when I chopped her, because I was like, she's just never looked good, I don't know what the problem is. She's looking so good since I chopped her, and then she now lives in semi-hydro and is just living her best life. Moving on to this next corner, this is probably the biggest change, and it's that I moved my greenhouse cabinet to this corner. So my desk used to be pretty much, no, just about to the only thing that was in the corner was this Finicky and then my desk. But yeah, I moved this to this corner, and I mean, I love my cabinets, but having the clean, clear white background just really took it to another level. I love it so much more. We'll start over here. So this is my Splendid, very, very tall, but you can see completely bare. And that's just because I just can't keep up with watering, honestly. It's so tall and it's running out of water and nutrients and it just needs to be chopped. So there is a new leaf coming in right here, so stay tuned. We are going to be chopping like right here, and then I'll just chop individual nodes, propagate, and offer those up as they grow. But I mean, it's such a beautiful plant. Oh my gosh. My poor Crimson Queen is so thirsty, but you know, actually adding also to the list of things that need to happen immediately is she urgently needs a fresh repot. The soil she's in is very, very old, and I know that it's hydrophobic, which is why this is happening. So, okay. So yes, add that to the list, but that is my Crimson Queen, and she did actually bloom for me maybe about a month ago. So that was very exciting to see. I guess we'll stay up here for now. This is my crystallinum. It spit out this huge leaf a while ago. And then all the other leaves have not been nearly as big since. I don't know why, but she seems happy. And then this is something I do want to show you because this is Anthurium Michelle. And for the longest time, Anthurium Michelle did not like me. This is like, I don't know, my third or fourth attempt with her. It's still the same plant, shockingly, but I, restarted it at least 3 different times and it's finally growing and the color is so beautiful. Okay, don't hate me. I'm going to have to insert the name of this. But this is apparently a very finicky Anthurium, and I can attest to that because I also always kind of think it's on its way out, and then it gives me a new leaf. It's very, very pretty. I'll insert what the name is and then what they look like mature so you can find them, but it's hanging in there. And then over here on this corner, kind of being overshadowed by Splendid, is my super long Philodendron. I love this plant. Look at how much longer this newest leaf is. It looks like it's still hardening off a bit. But I love, love, love. And we'll move on to what's in the cabinet. Starting in the corner with my Monstera Albo. It's just about ready to move out of here, but look how beautiful that new leaf. And it has double fenestrations here, so it has like the big ones and then 2 of the little ones. So pretty. I have 2 of these Alocasia Lightning, and interestingly enough, oh no, I think this is a top cut and this is a mid cut. I have my variegated money tree back here. Look at how beautiful my Nobilis pink. This leaf is everything. And then the Regal Shields, it grows so fast. And look at that new leaf. I can see it does have some green, like right here, but it's mostly variegated. It's so beautiful, and it's like in urgent need of a repot. We're going to do that soon. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Moving on to the next level, we have my beautiful strawberry shake. This is the Delta Force. I would consider the Delta Force slow growing, but it is producing inflows pretty consistently. So I'm thinking actually about collecting pollen and saving it for next time and see if I can grow some babies. My Florida Beauty Tortum hybrid. This thing is just stunning. Stunning, stunning. I am obsessed with this plant. It's so beautiful. And then there's only 2 more plants in here. They're both Anthurium. Oh, this one's in, oh my gosh, so thirsty. What? This is my dark phoenix, so you can get an idea of the leaves. Oh my gosh, urgent. I am going to stop actually and water this right now. Okay, and this is King of Spades by Bossier, and this is the newest leaf coming in right now. And that is it. Then moving on over to this wall, this changed quite a bit as well. Again, I think these were the biggest changes here. So the cabinet used to be just right in front here of the glass door. This was all scooted over to the side. And then I just had 2 shelves here, like my pretty thicker ones. So I added this shelf, which are exactly like the ledges that I have in my living room, and they are amazing, so sturdy. I'll make sure to link those for you. And I moved it over all the way to the glass door frame. I added 2 Wally Grow planters here, and then I added one of these cute little gold hooks to hold my ping. I like to have pings in like every room. And then there's actually something that's going to go here that I'll need to hang up, and I'll show you what that is. But let's start with these plants over here. Top Grow Wally planter has this exotica. I've always loved exotica, and I decided to give it another try after I got rid of my original, just because I found this really beautiful bushy plant, and I know that it does look beautiful, but now I also have track lights giving it more light, so hopefully it'll grow better and not leggy, but we'll see. Down here is what they're calling a Philodendron Rio, but I think it might be a cream splash. I don't know. But I think that these are beautiful. I think it's like a more pretty version of a Brazil, and I just think it looks great. And if you know, you know. This is one of my pride and joys. My Ficus Finicky, or one of them. They're just so beautiful. I love this plant so much. And I feel like I'm enjoying it so much more, having it just a little bit more out. Up here on the shelf, this is an Anthurium, I can't say it, Peppy. And I don't know. I feel like it might still be acclimating, honestly. It looks like it's gonna let go of that older leaf, and I don't see any new growth coming in, so we'll see what's up. And then this is my pretty big, I was about to say giant Vici, but if we want to say giant Vici, we can only say that about Tyler's because it's really not that big. I would say it's a medium speed grower. It's okay. And then underneath is Anthurium Wendy is what the nickname is. I love the green on this one, but we will add it to the urgent list of things that need to happen, and that's to repot. So like I said, I am going to hang something right here, but in general, I just love this moment. I think it's just so pretty. I don't know. I love coming in this room and seeing both corners just very nicely styled with plants. My desk doesn't have anything super exciting other than I did get this coaster from a local maker at a plant event, so I'll make sure to tag her, follow her. It's super cute. Oh, here we go. And then over here, this is my current just obsession. Look at how beautiful this varicosum is. I will say I feel like it was kind of growing pretty quickly when I first potted it into the moss pole, and it's kind of slowed down a bit. Like it's had this leaf now for, I don't know, at least a month, and the new growth is just developing over there. But oh my gosh, I am just over the moon with this plant. And then over here I have a very leggy Syngonium Albo. I think I just want to chop this whole thing, although I do like how it's vining up here, But I think I might just, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it. I'll think about it. Or what do you think? But that's back there. And then finally down here, oh my gosh, I just watered you, I thought. So thirsty. Okay, we will do that next. This is Monstera Thai Constellation. It hasn't grown since last year at all. I honestly think it needs more light. And these are some exciting ones. This is a Tortum, and it's getting so big. I love this plant. And then the Pelipodoides. And I kind of like having them next to each other. Like the whimsy with the little, with the more like frond, sturdy like foliage. I will say, however, I don't know that that is my favorite setup of the room at all. But yeah, that's what's happening there. So this is it. I mean, it really isn't that many changes, but I feel like, I don't know, it was like little changes, big impact, at least for me. I really, this corner again with the Milsbo tall cabinet, I just really think that having that clear back gave the cabinet new life in like such a beautiful way. And I love the way that the plants are layered there. I just, yeah, I really love it. Again, not like crazy changes, but I feel like they made a big difference, and I'm really, really happy with this space. I just drank a giant glass of water because I feel like I'd been talking for hours, but that is it. I try to point out all, all the changes I've made to the room and then like what's to come next. So I know two things for sure are need to be hung on either side of the walls. So I mentioned if I'm able to do those as I'm editing the video, I will insert what that looks like at the end. But otherwise, this is it. This is my space. I still need to bring in the last set of grads that we potted up. Geesh, when was that? I feel like it's been a solid month at least, and I just haven't brought them into the space yet because I was still in the middle of like rearranging and then the whole spider mite thing, and I just wasn't ready. Okay, let's leave it at that. I'm sure the space will keep evolving, and like I said, there are some empty spaces that I feel like I want to finish up, but you can't rush decor or like styling or completing a space. Like it just kind of has to happen organically. Like I was looking for art of sorts to include in here, and it's like it just takes time to find that perfect piece that's gonna go with your space and that you really love. So yeah, I'm sure that it'll be ever evolving to an extent, and like I said, I do want to switch out this console at some point, hopefully soon, because it's kind of bothering me, but again, I need to find the perfect piece. In general though, I really, really love it. I think I don't know, I already very much loved this space and I love it so much more. Even when all I did was switch the cabinet from in front of the glass door over to the corner, I thought that made such a big difference. So yeah, I just love it. I hope you enjoyed this video and watching and listening to some planty updates. Let me know, of course, if there are any questions or anything you specifically would like to see next. I always love being able to produce the content that you want to see. I will be sure to link anything I can think of down below, but otherwise, this is it. I appreciate you so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you soon. Bye.